to feel good in my own place. Starting to remember my home base. The one I was, the one I see, the one that will ever be. See, it's just me that I can see. Just me. I'm feeling good in my own place. I'm not going out anymore. Outside it's cold and it's freezing. Baby, lock that door. Don't let anybody in. Now I got married to my furniture. My sofa's so good to me. There's always bottle I can't pull, cause the fridge is always.
Hi and welcome to Shed 59. I'm Shawry and we're here today with Chris and Trish from the 59ers. We're here to talk about their Honda 350t cafe style bike on the rebuild and ground up restoration. Hi Chris and welcome.
No worries, thank you.
Yeah, well, tell us a little bit about your cafe style.
Okay, a mate of mine asked me if I wanted to build a motorcycle, a bit of a project, and I got the tank first and it looked pretty good. I thought, oh, this might be a bit of a barn find, but anyway, went over to Doncaster and picked up this bike. It was a Honda 360 and it was sort of in baskets, I suppose that's why you call it a basket case. It was in pieces. The frame and wheels were out in the backyard, grass growing through it. And there was 2 frames and 2 wheels, 1 engine, and variety of parts in tin cans, cardboard boxes. So
It still had potential for a build up though.
yeah, after I got the tank, it was in my mind. So I put it all in the back of the ute, and on the way home, I'm sort of thinking, do I take it to the tip or do I bring it home? So anyway, so I did. I brought it home and put everything in the bungalow, and had a few beers and thought about it. And anyway, what the heck, I got plenty of time. So most of the parts were all there. So I got it. You know, most of the parts in the shed here and in the bungalow, and just went through it. Make sure I had everything, and what I didn't have, there was some side covers that were missing, and some parts were beyond restoring. So
your tank was your first start.
tank was the first start. It was just the colour. It had the old Honda, that original badge there, but I've changed it. You know, colour. Didn't have a top. Didn't have the tap or anything. But that colour, and that's the finish. I thought, oh, not too bad. The seat was a good seat, but not that one, the original seat. And yeah, so anyway, just thought I'd get into it. So everything just came to bits. Wheels, all the spokes came out of the wheel rims because those wheels got powder coated. And I started it, actually I should go back a bit, I started it in August 2011. And I thought, oh, project take 12 months. But actually I'd finished it by January of 2012. So once I got started, I couldn't stop.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
No.
So.
And how was the frame when you first got it?
It was fairly rusty, and the paint was peeled off. So.
No damage on the frame.
No, there was no damage, and I had 2 frames to pick from.
Oh, that's good.
And so I just picked the best one out, cut all the little tags off that I didn't need for side covers and that, and then Trish and I stripped it all the way down to bare metal and primed it, painted it up, and I just got paint from a local supplier that does autos. It's a chassis paint. Sprayed it up and just started to work on it there, polished the engine cases. I got the handlebars and the exhaust off shadowed. Yeah, excess stock, so I bought them. The seat I got off Drifter, which is just the fiberglass shell, and it's been modified for the shape because it was just a square.
Shadow and Drifter are members.
Yeah,
of
one's the president and the vice president. Well, not the vice president anymore. He's vacated that seat, but he was vice president.
But it's good always to like source parts from other club members and
Yes.
and guys that do help you out for a rebuild. Is the seat a fiberglass shell?
Yes,
that's been recovered.
Yep, fiberglass. I've tapered it. It was just a square pan, so I cut triangles out of each and tapered it in. Fiberglass
dome,
it up, and then the dome, and then a local upholsterer in Coldstream. Rod, his name is. He does hot rods, cars, boats, you name it.
Done quite an excellent job actually.
Yeah, so I gave it to him, and he covered it up for us, and and it was just Trish polished all the
spokes.
Well, yeah, all the spokes.
And you had the rims
powder coated
as well, yeah.
Yeah, that was a local fella in Mount Evelyn.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so I kept everything local. The heads, when I got the engine, I didn't know what the engine, how good it was, so I did run it, and it was blowing a bit of smoke out of one cylinder.
What size is the motor, Chris?
It's a 360.
Yeah.
But I just took it out 1 mil.
Okay.
The next oversize, well, it's probably the 4 oversize. You can go up ½ mil or ¼ mil sizes.
Did you get that extra horsepower?
Yeah. And I got that done. The cylinders done locally at Ross Blackman in Croydon. He does small blocks, motorbike engines, and I took the pistons over and the rings, and he matched them up.
Okay.
And he did that for me, and I had 2 clutches, so I went through and mic'd up all the clutches. Got the best clutch out of them. The carburetors are a very sorry state, but they're sort of a standard carburetor you can source parts from.
Okay.
And
so full kit through them, rejetted and tuned.
Yep. Yeah, no, it come up.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Is it a 5 speed?
6 speed.
6 speed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 6 speed.
Well, that'll make highway riding and hill riding quite pleasurable.
Pleasurable. Yeah, you have to. Trish, she's the one that rides it. She likes it. And she's just got to get used to the mirrors on the end of the bars. But that's the cafe style. And as you can see, Trish polished up all the triple clamp, the bottom of the forks, part of the engine covers, and because they're all painted, of course, and they come up pretty good.
Well, it's good to see that Trish put in the hard yards on, on the bike as well.
The frame down.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it back to bare metal.
It's always good when it's a partnership on a rebuild. You both enjoy what you finished.
Yeah, we do. No, but otherwise, it's pretty stock standard. The front disc, I've drilled that out just to make it a little bit more modern.
Okay.
It's just a solid disc.
Venting.
But the brakes, and you can see the braided brake lines.
Just to finish it off.
Yeah, and from 1974, the rubber was, a lot of the rubber parts have been changed because they just past the use by date.
Are the headlight and the Speedo original, or are they off?
Speedo's original, yep.
Yeah.
That's the Honda one, but that's a GSX 500 headlight.
Okay.
And I got that from the wrecker in Ringwood, Eastern Motorcycle Wreckers, and I think some of them are club members.
It finishes it off quite nice actually.
On, yeah. And the little blinkers are aftermarket. They're quartz halogen. They're nice and bright. Same as the tail light.
Yeah, you don't need them too big. If on a cafe style, you want to be nice and tucked in and keep everything close.
That's right. Yeah, and it was a good project. And you can see the guards being cut down just to try and make it the cafe style. So usually cafe less is more.
Yes.
Well, that's some punk rock now.
Anymore.
So I guess, Chris, this is your man cave.
My shed, yeah, my man cave.
Did you start off with this shed, or did you start building bikes in a little lean-to?
I had, originally there was a shed here. It was much smaller. I had to actually cut a hole in the side of the shed to get my motorcycle in here. Otherwise it used to be parked in the bungalow. So, and then I just had a bright idea. I'll knock the shed down and build a new one. So Dave next door was a plumber, so we got a jackhammer and we smashed up all the concrete, took the shed down, and redid the floor, poured the concrete, went down to the local shed manufacturer, supplier, and told him the size I want, and I bought it as a kit, brought it home, and assembled it here. And then now, because I've got room, I've got more bikes. So, and then because I had more bikes, I've made another shed next to the bungalow, and I store 3 bikes in there. Because yeah, I'm sort of.
So I guess being a retired fellow now, you spend most of your time in here working on bikes and working on everyone else's bikes, and whilst trying to keep your wife happy. It's a lot to take on, but no.
Yeah. Well, Trish is still working. She retires soon, so yeah, I spend a bit of time up here, and mates will bring their bikes up, and I'll do a bit of work on them, and I've got all my children ride various road bikes, trail bikes. So
how many kids have you got, Chris?
I've got 3.
Yeah.
2 boys and a girl, and the daughter's bike's that black one, and the boys, they're all into trail bikes. One's got a motard, so when it's service time, they're up here and we're servicing well. And
any time that something hits the fan, they come and call on Dad, huh?
Yeah, well, they haven't broken down, so I don't have to go and pick them up on the trail.
That's a good thing.
Although I haven't got them to come and get me.
Works both ways.
Yeah, it works both ways, but otherwise. Yeah, no, I spend a fair bit of time here. Heat the shed up when it's cold. If not, I'll just go down inside. I've got my fridge.
Fridge full of beer.
Fridge full of beer.
Good music.
Yeah, I've
nice
got
and warm.
TV for the footy, stereo up the back, and the computer, well, it gets all the photos, and it also does. I put all the manuals because you can get them offline. The manual for this bike I got offline.
And that's a good thing, getting all the manuals, so then you can just work through it bit by bit.
Bit by bit, and I can just put them on the screen because the screen's quite large, and I don't have to, print it out on a piece of paper. I just look at it, the screen, so saves a bit of paper trail, I suppose. And then and I record. I got a history of what bikes come, what I've done to them, put a date, mileage on, and that's their service, especially kids' bikes, because they don't know. They'll just say, "Dad, come and we need a service." I'll say yes, it does, or it doesn't.
No,
So,
there you go.
yeah, and that's sort of part of the deal. Keeps you interested, keeping the documentation going, I suppose, as well.
And a nice size lift and
Yeah, got the
make it easier and
yeah. And I've got mates that have got things, like cutting tools, and if I need aluminium and stuff, you sort of outsource it. Otherwise, I need a huge shed to have lathes and presses, and where other people got that gear, just go over and use it.
you do most of your work at home.
Yeah, most of the work at
That's
home.
a good
Yeah,
thing.
obviously some stuff you've got to outsource. You can't do.
Alright, Chris, I see that you got a Motor Guzzi sign up in your garage. You're liking the Motor Guzzis, or you're in the club, or?
Yes, yeah, I'm in the Motor Guzzi Club of Victoria, and I have a passion for Motor Guzzis. East-west engine. They feel a little different to chain drive bikes.
In what way? How do they feel different?
The engine, they rotate side to side,
Okay.
and they've got the distinctive V-twin.
So your balance is different?
Yeah.
Riding?
Yeah. When you go left or right canter, you want to keep the engine pretty constant instead of up and down the throttle, because it'll try and change your balance. Not that I notice, well, I'm used to it, I suppose, 'cause I've been riding them. I bought my first Guzzi in 1986.
Okay.
and I've been riding Guzzis ever since. And we've got 4 Guzzis at the moment: 650, 750, 850, and a 940.
Quite a range then.
Yeah, and the daughter, she's got a Guzzi, and she bought that without any influence from me. And
I dare say.
and my brother, he's got a Guzzi as well, and it's a 1100 California, and he rides Harleys, 1400 Suzukis. He's keen on his bikes as well.
Okay.
He's getting older like me, so he's settled on a cruiser. And yeah, so that's how we got into Guzzis, and we do Guzzi rides with their club.
Yep.
And yeah, they have events, and then the 59er is a dual event up at Badgers Creek each year
For their breakfast.
for the breakfast.
Yep.
And yeah, so yeah, Guzzis are packed, but I mean, probably the next cafe will be, you know,
And Guzzi.
no, another probably chain drive,
Yep.
one of the Japanese type bikes, I suppose. And easy to work on, plenty of parts.
Okay.
And,
Yeah. So your passion is Motor Guzzi and cafe style.
yeah, Motor Guzzi. My young bloke got me this one, 'cause he's always looking for presents for Dad. Look at that. Motor Guzzi. So yeah, I'm always getting, I've got watches and jackets, and so I'll run out of stuff. I'll have to find another mark so then they can buy me gifts.
Oh, very good, Chris. Well, thank you very much for sharing your bikes and sharing your garage.
Thanks for interviewing me.
You make sure you ride safe.
I will.
And same with Trish. Hopefully she rides nice and safe. And enjoy your Honda and enjoy your Guzzis.
Thanks, Anthony.
No worries.
Pleasure
Chris.
having you here.
Okay, thank you.